To understand the process of manifestation, you have to understand how parallel realities work, how parallel universes work, because it's the part of the manifestation process, and it's actually crucial to understand how it works. So when you manifest something, you actually know what happened on a non-physical level. And also, if you want to manifest something specific, you know what to do to get to manifestation faster, because you just know how to align with the reality you want to experience and how to shift into this reality. So to understand the concept of parallel realities, you really need to understand the quantum nature of this universe. Because according to quantum physics, which is actually science, like it's all scientifically proven, we live in an energetic universe. Everything is energy in this universe. At a subatomic level, everything is just pure sheer energy, which means the reality around you, which you perceive as tangible, is not really that tangible. It's just energy vibrating at certain frequencies. Your body, your entire being, like you're just energy vibrating on certain frequencies. Also, according to quantum physics, time is an illusion. So we tend to perceive time as linear. Time is not linear according to quantum physics. So yes, we perceive something as past and as the present and as the future, but according to quantum physics, it's not exactly like that. It's more like the only moment you perceive and you can truly experience is now, and thus there's no such thing as past and there is no such thing as future. There's only the continuation of the sequences of the present moments. And if you think about it, you can physically go into your past, just like you can physically go into your future. Like these are just the concepts that you perceive inside your mind, but they're not actually real. They're just the ideas in your head, whereas the present moment is something actually you are experiencing right now. And understanding the power of the present moment is crucial when understanding what parallel realities and parallel universes are, because also according to quantum physics, there is an infinite number of parallel realities, and they are all happening right now. At this moment, each and every single one of these realities is happening right now, in the present moment. They're not happening in the past, they're not happening in the future. They are surrounding you here and now. And each of these parallel realities is vibrating with a certain frequency. And you shift through these realities all the time, based on your dominant frequency, on your dominant energy, on your dominant vibration. But it's usually that your dominant frequency usually stays the same. That's why you don't notice such big changes in your reality, because the changes are very subtle, because your shifts, energetic shifts, are subtle. So you move through reality and reality and reality, which is very like similar. So you don't notice the changes, but that doesn't mean you're not shifting through realities. Every time you have a thought, you're shifting realities. Every time you elevate your emotional state or lower your emotional state, you're shifting realities. So it's very important to understand that you're always shifting realities. The key to understand how these realities works is to allow yourself to shift into the reality you want to experience. So there's every possible parallel reality happening right now. So every thought you've ever had has created some kind of parallel reality in your own very personal quantum field of potential. It's there. So there's a parallel reality where you're successful. There's a parallel reality when you're in love. There's a parallel reality when you're always sad. There's a reality where you're enjoying the life of your dreams. There's a reality when you don't enjoy the life of your dream. There's a reality where you're abundant, you're happy, you're joyful, and there's also the opposite of this reality where you're sad and nothing's really coming your way. So each and every thought you've ever had has created certain structure in the infinite quantum field of potential. And it doesn't mean that you'll ever align with some of those realities. It doesn't mean that you ever have to experience some of those realities. No. But they do exist as the possibilities into which you can shift, but you don't have to. So you don't want to experience these lower realities. You don't have to ever experience these lower realities. You can deal with the thoughts that created them and never come back to these thoughts, right? But the most important thing to understand is whenever you have an emotionally charged thought, this thought becomes kind of like its own mini personal universe, a possibility into which you can shift. So let's say you fantasize about having a new car. The moment you start daydreaming and fantasizing about having a new car is really the moment when you create this possibility of this reality where you are the owner of this car. So the reality exists, and all you have to do is to shift into this reality. Let's say that you're imagining yourself as an abandoned person. The moment you imagine yourself as the abandoned person, this possibility already exists in the infinite quantum field potential. All you have to do is align yourself with this reality. So yes, parallel realities exist, and that's why there is such an important aspect of the manifestation process, because when we manifest, we often use the phrase that we attract or draw things to us, which it's a very useful term to use, and I use this term myself a lot. However, on a quantum level, it's not really that true, because you're not really attracting anything to yourself. You're more like aligned with the reality you want to experience, and you almost like jump and step into this reality. So that's what is happening on a non-physical level every time you manifest, whether consciously or unconsciously, because you're manifesting something all the time, whether you're aware of it or not. The key is to become more conscious of your thoughts, feelings, habitual thinking patterns, so you have more control over your reality. Okay, so now you understand like the very basic concept of the parallel universes, parallel realities, and how they work. And really, you don't have to know everything about quantum physics. Like, you just need those basics. You just need to understand that anytime you think about something, you create this possibility, and this possibility is available to you. It's not yet a part of your tangible reality, but it can become a part of your reality. So then, how can you merge with the reality you want to experience? So you can give yourself this more harmonious life. You can manifest your desires more easily and more effortlessly. Again, what I always tell you, everything always starts inside you. It always starts with you. It never starts outside of you. So in order to get this reality, you have to work on yourself. You have to work on your belief system. You have to work on your energy. Because these two components will allow you to shift into this reality. Because the reality you want to experience vibrates on a certain frequency. The current you experiencing your current reality vibrates at a certain frequency, and perhaps it's a much lower frequency than the frequency of your desired reality. So all you have to do in order to get the reality you want, when you're already a happy person, a person enjoying your particular manifestation, all you have to do is elevate your frequency to match the frequency of the reality you want to experience. Because when you match the frequency of the reality you want to experience, you have no other option but to get this reality. It's science. It's quantum physics. Really. It's not just a woo-woo. These are scientific principles we're talking about right now. You want to get a reality, you have to match its frequency. That's it. Because when you match its frequency, you match the frequency of the one possibility in the infinite quantum field potential, and you merge with this possibility, thus you get this reality as a result. So what creates your frequency? Your dominant emotion. Your dominant emotional state always creates your dominant vibrational state. And what creates your emotions? Your thoughts. So when you get a grip on your thoughts, and when you get a grip on your belief system, then you basically get a grip on your frequency. And the higher frequency, the more easy you will merge into your desired reality. So let's use the car as the example again. Let's say you're manifesting a new car. So this car already exists in an infinite quantum field of potential. You being an owner of this car, this version of you already exists in the infinite quantum field of potential. You just have to merge with this version of you. You just have to merge with this reality. And how do you do this? By convincing yourself that you're already the owner of this car, because this will allow you to match the energy of this reality, because in this reality you're already feeling like all of these emotions and all of this happiness because you have this car. Thus, in order to be able to step into this reality, you have to match this energy. Thus, you have to think, act, behave, and feel like the person who already has this car. And I know it's a little bit tricky. But this is how the universe works. Match the frequency of the reality you want to experience, and there's no other option but to get this reality. So that's why Neville Goddard, for example, always was talking about being and living in the state of the wish fulfilled. Because this state of the wish fulfilled essentially allows you to merge with your desired reality. That's why people in the spiritual community and law attraction community always talk about acting as if. Because what's acting as if? Acting as if allows you to match the frequency of the reality you want to experience. So basically, the shortcut to getting the reality of your dreams is just working on yourself, working on your limiting beliefs, elevating your emotional state, elevating your vibration. Because the higher your vibration, the better your entire reality becomes. And even if you don't have specific goals and specific manifestations right now, the more you elevate your overall frequency, the better your life becomes. Your life just becomes more joyful, more harmonious, more miraculous. So work on yourself, because everything always starts with you. Everything always starts inside you. The outside reality is just a reflection. So when you change yourself, you change the reflection. When you change your belief system, when you change your energy, you change your reflection. And that's the beauty of it. That's how much control you have over your own reality. You can have anything you want. You can shift into any parallel reality you want. You just need to become more aware of what's going on inside you. Because when you get a grip on what's going on inside you, you basically get a grip on your entire reality. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that now you a little bit better understand the entire concept of the parallel realities and shifting into your desired reality, which can sound complicated, but it's not really that complicated. It's just about understanding how the universe works and how the universal principles work. Because once you understand them, you are able to get your desires much faster and in a much more harmonious and aligned way. If it resonated with you in any way whatsoever, please give this a big thumbs up. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. And thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for listening.